Look, on one level, it's a family saga, a story about two families and four generations in those two families that are intertwined over the many years that the play is set in. So in some ways, it's just about our relationships with our parents and the things that we pass on to our children. But really, that's the story that sits at the surface. Beneath that, I think it's about the legacy of the past that we pass on to the future. Look, I think to write well, you have to sort of love them all and have a very intimate relationship with all the characters. And there are some very difficult, problematic and deeply wounded characters in this play. I think, I identify strongly with the character that arrives in the play the latest, and his name's also Andrew, because he is a young man who comes asking many questions. And I think he shows great courage to come, because he refinads his father after 20 years absence. And I just have great admiration for him to do that. Look, I think, so the play opens in 2039, and it's a man tells us a story about receiving a phone call in the middle of the night from a son who he hasn't seen for 20 years. He left when the boy was 8 years old. So out of nowhere, this phone call comes. And that sets the thematic terrain of the play. It's about a series of betrayals and abandonments by fathers towards their sons. And it's a story about sons seeking identity. Who are they? Where they belong. And we see this pattern over the generations repeated between fathers and sons over and over. So in terms of the play, I think it's saying these things remain the same. And again, it's why it's so important at the end that this young man called Andrew arrives to reconcile with his father in order to break that pattern in some way. Well, I knew, I think theatre does time in really interesting ways, or you can use time to tell interesting aspects of the story. I wanted to write an epic. This play is about big ideas, and big ideas need to take place over centuries. I mean, big ideas can happen in a moment too, and the play is made up of the most intimate moments and storylines that are cast across decades. And I really love that juxtaposition between the intimate and the domestic, and the epic and the huge landscape.